Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Ivan Drago to defeat Rocky Balboa. And I'm here to talk about Josh Fremd versus Jamie Pickett. Pickett is 34 years old, 13-9 as a pro, and he's giving up 2 inches of height, but he has 3.5 inches of reach over 29-year-old Fremd, who is 10-4 as a pro. Pickett, he's got 9 wins via TKO, 4 via decision. Pretty much tells you who he is as a fighter right there. He's not much of a submission threat, not looking to grapple. Anytime he does grapple, it's really just neutralizing somebody in the clinch, and that's pretty much where it stays. But on the feet, he's not bad at range. He's still pretty sloppy, though. He's sloppy everywhere. He's got 9 losses, and 2 of them come via knockout, 4 via submission, and 3 via decision. They are to good fighters, though. He has fought much better competition than Josh Fremd. He lost twice by knockout to Jordan Wright and Dennis Tiuliulin. Jordan Wright is a glass cannon, and that time we saw the cannon. If he doesn't get knocked out, and if you don't have the power to threaten him, really, he's a problem for anybody with his karate and whatever the fuck it is he trains. But he went through Jamie Pickett. Dennis Tiuliulin, he doesn't really go through anybody, but he outlasted and finished Jamie Pickett deep into the second round. That guy's an excellent brawler. His 4 submission losses come to Kyle Dawkins, Bo Nickel, Charles Bird, who was a really good, dangerous fighter, who kind of got washed out of the UFC, but dangerous guy, and Joshua Williams, this guy who retired with a 2-1 record, but fought some good competition in those 3 fights. Jamie Pickett is not the best wrestler. I do think he can be out-wrestled by Josh Fremd here. I should get into Josh Fremd. Josh Fremd has 10 wins, 4 via knockout, 4 via submission, 2 via decision. His 4 losses come 1 via knockout, 1 via submission, 2 via decision. He lost to one no-name guy via decision. Then he lost to Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. We saw that in the UFC. It was a back-and-forth fight, but in the end, Fluffy, who I think Fremd took that fight on short notice, but regardless, Fluffy outlasted him and outworked him. That was Hernandez's type of fight. His 1 submission loss comes to Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore got him with a guillotine in round 1. Gore, even though he's been knocked out and submitted and definitely looks vulnerable in a lot of ways, he still has shown a lot of promise. He's had a very short career, but a lot of it has been high-profile shit. And he's still, a prospect or whatever. I still consider him a guy with a future. I'm waiting to see what he is. And the 1 knockout loss comes to Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. No shame there. That guy is Mike Tyson as far as power goes. But Fremd, I think he's a more versatile fighter than Jamie Pickett, and I think he's better technically, maybe even everywhere. I think the biggest problem for him is on the feet with Jamie, because Jamie does have some knockouts and 9 finishes in his 13 wins, and striking is definitely his bread and butter. But I still think Josh Fremd might even have an advantage there. Josh Fremd has some decent striking, even though it's probably complemented by the fact that he's always looking to take guys to the ground. He's definitely got the better wrestling, I'd say, than Jamie Pickett. And on the ground, he's definitely got the better submission game, despite seeing him submitted against Tresean Gore. We saw Joshua Fremd take out SD Dumas in his last fight. That was a submission, guillotine in round 2. And that was one where I thought his striking was taking over the fight for him early. But then he ended up going the grappling route, and it was the better move. Even though SD Dumas out-grappled Cody Brundage in his last fight. But Josh Fremd, I expect to win this fight. I think Josh Fremd's biggest weakness in this fight is his chin, and he's only been knocked out the once, and it was to Gregory Rodriguez, who's one of the hardest hitters in any weight class. So I'm expecting his chin to hold up, and I think Josh Fremd outworks Jamie Pickett. Even if he's not able to take him down, I'd still trust Josh Fremd here, but I think he's definitely going to be able to take him down, and he will find a way to win. It could be by decision, but it could definitely be by submission against Jamie Pickett. So Josh Fremd is the pick. I'm staying away from the bets because, I don't know, just not a lot of trust in either guy, either side here. But the pick is definitely Josh Fremd. Decision or submission, late round 2, call it. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.